Hello and welcome, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. What a wonderful day it is. I can't believe it's already March. How about you? Come on in. Let's see. I saw Amrita, I think, before. I think I saw your name. Yes. And you're in Dubai. So, wow, thanks for joining us. Yes, I will add you to the grid. And here is the grid. So, if you're not in the grid, or if you feel like it's been forever since you intended to be in the grid, or if you feel like life has changed a lot and you just want to re-up yourself, you can go ahead and put your name, your family's name, animals, whatever you want to in the chat, and we'll add you to the grid. The grid is all about energy healing from a distance, offering you general support in ways that you might feel or you might not feel. It's like having an undercurrent of support, an undercurrent of support for you, of healing, of resonance for you, helping you to remember who you are, what your strengths are, how you are blessed, and why you are here in these challenging times. And so that's what the grid does. And so it has different crystals on it. It was constructed through guidance with who I will channel for you today, the Emissaries of Light. I have more information on my website about who the Emissaries of Light are. Most of you here, I think, probably know all about it. But for those of you new here, I will say welcome. We have plenty of information for you at mainstreamreiki.com. So today, before we get started, I will give you a bit of a preview. So we are going to get started in just a moment, and we will begin a channeled message, or I kind of have been leaning to call them transmissions lately. And that's because there's value to the words, the concepts, the teachings, they call them. And there's also value to the energy that is transmitted, whether you're here live or not, whether you watch this later. And tomorrow I'll put another version on the website, and it'll have some music in the background for you, for those of you who prefer that. And so after that transmission, that meets you right where you are. You don't have to do anything at all that is special. Just be here and be open to receive for your highest good. That's really it. That's really it. You need not be anyone other than who you are when you show up. And then after that's all done, I'll probably ask if you have anything you want to share in the comments, for feedback and things like that. And then we'll shift gears and I'll take your questions at the end. And I do request that we do questions that, the group can really find value in, instead of very personal questions or something like that. But we'll talk about it more later. So a lot's happened since the last time we were here. We are here every month doing this, and a lot has transpired. The world is changing very, very quickly, and I invite you to really just take time for yourself more and more and more. And that means unplug from technology, unplug from screens, unplug from situations that are causing you stress, so that you can just have a minute for yourself to get yourself calm and centered. And many of you are Reiki practitioners. Many of you have taken classes with me, and you have those tools to help you. And I did actually just make a decision about 5 minutes before we came on, so I'll share that with you. I have some in-person classes scheduled for this year. I have some Ann Arbor classes coming up in April, and I have UK classes. I have UK classes in June. And the decision I made this morning was I'm really not going to plan any more in-person Reiki classes this year. I'm just not going to do that. I feel like something else is coming up for me to do in the fall, and it may be offering my Channel Your Divine Self 6-week course again in the fall, live. We meet together live, and then I am doing the Emissaries of Light and I are adding Channel Your Divine Healing to the plan for April. End of April, we start again for another 6 weeks. I'm creating all of this in real time, and so it's a little hard for me to plan. But if you are interested in learning with me, the classes are very much directed by the Emissaries of Light. If you want to learn with us, channel your divine self, channel your divine healing, perhaps in the fall. But if you have any interest in learning about that, please join our waitlist. We have it on the website, and we'll email you with details as I decide, as I receive guidance about it. Okay. It's been an absolutely beautiful, beautiful experience. And I couldn't have done it any better myself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I would ask you to sit back and relax. And I see so many of your names here in the chat that I recognize, and from the UK, from across the US, from other places, near and far. And thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this time for you. It's so important. And rest assured, we won't have any ads or anything to interrupt us. All right. So here we go. Let us get started. Sit back, relax, and intend to be fully here, letting everything go that you no longer need, knowing that within you, you have the wisdom, the guidance, the discernment to carry you forward in ways that serve your highest good. That is indeed your intended focus for your life here in this body, in these times, upon the earth. To serve your highest good, you see. The thinking mind has ideas about what you would like, what is comfortable, what is cozy, what is easy, perhaps. But the higher part of you, your divine self, has a vantage point that you are not privy to from the human perspective. And your divine self takes care of you in every moment. It is with you, it guides you, and it knows everything about you in this incarnation and all incarnations throughout all space and time, and yes, in other dimensions. You did sign on for these times, regardless of how you have been feeling, regardless of the fears that you have about the future, about today. We acknowledge these fears. You are seen and you are heard, but yet you hold a wisdom above the fears. You hold an energy above all of it. You came into this lifetime fully equipped for these times. It is simply your human mind who is not convinced. It is our commitment to you to help you remember the light of who you are, have been, and forever shall be. There is nothing you have said or not said, nothing that you have done or not done, that keeps the truth of who you are hidden for eternity. It is simply when you wake up to it. Some of you may have memories of people telling you how special you are, how unique you are, what an impact you have had on their life. We ask you to call up these memories. We ask you to let them in. It is not about an overabundance of pride, you see. It is about acknowledging your power, your worth, your light, and your ability to serve in these times. You are not weak. You are not a victim. And the traumas and the tribulations and the troubles and challenges, all of the difficulties that you have incurred in this lifetime have enriched who you are and who you know yourself to be through your emotions. Because you are not meant to simply know who you are through the thinking mind. You have been led to this. But you know better now. You need not be bound by this. Integration is at hand. Integration. Your light, your body, your thinking, and your knowing coming together now. And when this synergy, when this coherence takes place within your energy, you are all. Every possibility is open to you to respond, to move, to sit, to wait, to watch, to take action and to choose non-action, to see it from a high perspective, to empathize from the low. It is all within the realm of your choosing. Integration is undergoing your process now. You are undergoing integration now. We have spoken about this in the latest publication, out 2 days ago, in fact. Integration, metamorphosis, this is who you are. No one is left out of integration. It is just a function of your awareness. So those who are asleep are integrating nonetheless. They do not know. And the level to which this allows them to be aware is limited for now. But no one goes with immunity to what is possible through the higher vibrations. This is because those who are sleepwalking through this lifetime at this time on the planet will feel the contrast, the resistance of integration. And this could be called a suffering, a kind of suffering, because they too have a divine self. They too live on the planet alongside you. They are not your villain. They are not someone to destroy. They are not someone to vilify. They are someone to reckon with. Because as you integrate and your perception raises to a higher perspective, you are able to see the light that they are. They have forgotten this, and this is why they behave as they do. Outside the light, you see, in the shadows, this is where they create from. But as you integrate, and as the earth herself integrates higher frequencies, it will become more uncomfortable for those in the shadows. And this is not a war you wage between light and shadow. This is a war within yourself, to accept yourself, to love yourself, and to know that you, as all that is, knows better. You are eternal. All humans on earth are eternal energy. They are simply playing a role, offering contrast. And if you are high enough in your perspective, you shall see that in Some ways this is a gift for you so that you know who you are beyond all question. It is with that certainty that you build your world anew. Let them construct in the shadows. That is not prescriptive to you. That does not limit you. Your identity as light in a body is without question. Your eternal nature cannot be destroyed. You are invited to know yourself as the light, embody that truth, and take the action that you are in resonance to take. There is no right or wrong in this. None of this that we have said, none of this that we have said. Simply follow your path of illumination, of integration. And the more of you that do that, the higher the tide of contrast is created. The more you focus on what you do not want and behavior in the shadows, the more you are there with it. Find a refuge within yourself. Calm your bodies, calm your minds. Commune with your divine self. Because in that vibration, there is love, there is eternity, and absence of fear and shadow. No one keeps you from the light. And how you engage with it is entirely up to you. No one keeps you from your truth. We thank you for listening to this excited transmission. We will ask you now to relax as we offer you a healing sanctuary that you may return to at any time when you begin to forget who you are, how you serve, and why you are here. We would invite you to take a few deep breaths, feeling the breath move in and out of your body, your beautiful body, miraculous in ways you cannot fathom. You may invite us more fully into your space, your physical space. You may also invite energies that have your highest good as their highest priority. You deserve nothing less than this. You are precious in your light. You are precious in your commitment to stand in these times and we invite you to place one hand at your heart and one hand on your stomach. It is time to heal yourself. You may imagine the most brilliant of lights shining down in rays upon your body, through your body, through your hands that heal, illuminating from within. Every aspect of the physical body is included in reception of creationary energy, source energy. The all that is flows through you now, revitalizing your weariness, offering you empowerment, discernment, and reminding you you are this light, you are this love, strengthening your resolve, repairing your wounds. You are worthy of complete healing, complete reconciliation between energy out of sync with your vibration. Allow integration and allow separation of energetic frequencies that are not aligned to your new understanding of who you are and where you choose to go. In your sovereignty, you are. Perhaps feeling sensations in your body, perhaps noticing thoughts, scenes, memories surfacing in your mind. And the light encapsulates and nourishes and loves you. To the very marrow of your bones, you are light. Your nervous system carries light, is light. All that appears physical is energetic by nature. Your body is a tool, a sanctuary, the spiritual home to your consciousness on earth. Do not war with your body. Your body may take you on journeys feeling joy and ecstasy, suffering and illness. But through it all, through the emotions, you learn with greater fullness who you have come to be in this form, in this lifetime, and who you have not become. And precious this is. You have sculpted a life by your choosing. How to respond, how to think, how to forgive, how to hold a grudge, perhaps, and how to let it go. Your entire journey and every decision you have ever made is sacred because you, a divine being, have made it. Feel the energy within and around you. Revisit this place at your will. Take these words and feel them using your discernment. And observe yourself. Where do you resist? Where do you accept? And set aside what does not resonate, perhaps to come back to at a later time. There is only dissonance and resonance. We thank you for your time and your attention, and for focusing on your balance, your well-being, and your abilities. They are unfolding more and more. As you take this time, and as you take time in similar ways, you will know yourself as evolving. Step into the light of possibilities for yourself and your world. For as you evolve, your world evolves. As you heal, your world heals. And in unison you are. There is only love here for you. And we wish you truth. Noticing how you are feeling. And when you are ready, bring your awareness to the earth below you, your body, your eyes, your breath. Open your eyes and return, bringing everything with you. All right. Always welcoming of your feedback in the comments, uh, if you want to. I mean, everything here is always if you want to. If the idea resonates, you know. Oh gosh. Um, yeah, that was a little bit maybe different than last month. I can't remember now, but yeah, if you care to share in the comments, that would be great. I'm gonna move the grid over, so I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, that was cool, I thought. I hope that you enjoyed that. Um, yeah, a lot to think about. Yes. Um, anything else I need to say? I don't think so. We'll be back next month for another one of those, and um you know what I thought was cool? It had they talked about integration, which integration we're that's our theme actually that we're talking about in the mainstream Reiki community. It's also the theme was the theme of the newsletter message. So it's a really big deal. Also, you know what? We have a podcast coming up on the 11th, also talking about integration. How many of you had difficulty with the fire horse, the lunar eclipse, and the solar? What was the solar thing? See, I'm not in my right mind yet. Oh, full moon. So there was an eclipse of full moon, and the fire horse, it was on February 17th. So, woo, that was a lot of energy. So our podcast next week, it's called What Resonates. That's the podcast name. If I know some of you are longtime listeners and viewers on YouTube, and I thank you for that. But the episode will be out on March 11th, and we talk about that, the energetic shifts and the physical symptoms and things like that. It's my guest is Tara McCamus. I'm sure a lot of you know about her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Great. All right. I guess we'll go to questions. Questions. Yeah. So if you could ask questions that aren't just focused on your own personal question, if it applies to more people, that would be, I think, maybe more helpful for the group. But I don't know. Do we have any questions? If you could write question in all caps. I'm sure my amazing moderator has told you. I'm still a little bit out of it, but I think it's good because I'll be better at answering your questions. I feel very confused. I feel like I'm harming other people with my psychic abilities, as well as feeling too much the surroundings and people with my head. How can I stop feeling so much? Interesting. Yeah. How you can stop your senses is number one, by deciding. And I don't mean that to be a simple, trite answer, but your intention is so powerful in that, because it's your intention that sets boundaries. It's your intention that moderates your energy. It's your intention that prescribes action. You don't get up and open the door unless you intend to get up and open the door, in your house, right? Taking a physical action. So if you feel as though you're harming other people with your psychic abilities, the first question I would ask, if it were me, is what is my intention with these psychic abilities? What am I trying to do here? You are always in control. You are always sovereign in your decisions. And so if you have a worry about your behavior, you change your behavior. You do that through your intention. Are there more things we could say about this? Possibly. But yes, you can intend to shut down your psychic abilities for a time. You're in control of them. Some of you, I just felt some of you went like, ooh, shut them down. Well, because the natural thought there is that they won't come back. You are in control of that. Yeah. I'm going to leave it there, but the main thing is if you have a worry about that, you address it the same way you would have a worry if you're behaving in other ways that you wouldn't like. You take responsibility for how you're showing up, and then you change your intentions to create a boundary for yourself. I don't know. I hope that helps. It wasn't a very warm and fuzzy answer. I know that. Sorry. The Emissaries of Light mentioned coming more into our gifts. How do we figure out what our gifts are, and how do we get better at using them? So this is interesting to me because, I get it. I mean, this was me. This was me my whole life. But you know what I've come to realize lately? When we just allow ourselves to be on a journey without an expectation of this or that, that is where true magic happens for us. Because it is human nature to say, what is my gift? Oh, it's that. And we glom onto that idea. Oh, that's my gift. Okay, I need to become an expert in that gift. Okay, I got to go buy all the books on it. I got to take all the classes. How do I maximize my gift? And I get all of that. That's human. I have done that. But again, what I have seen lately with this Channel Your Divine Self course is it is much more powerful when it's more of just of an open-ended thing, and we allow ourselves to just commune with our divine, in this case with the course, it's the divine self. Because quantifying a gift by it's this or it's that limits new gifts from emerging like that. What you're doing is you're holding on to an idea that is also bound by your perception of what that means. Everything that we know as humans, it's all up for redefinition. So if you think your gift is, I don't know, what's an idea of a gift? More coming into our gifts. Let's say that you think your gift is telepathy, that that you think that, wow, you're going to be really good at telepathy. And so, but what does that mean? It only means to you what you research it to mean. And everything that you can find is born of the old energy, is born of the old understanding, is born of the old construct. It's time now to not look there anymore. This is really the evolutionary point for humans right now. And that is to say, you know what? I don't know what my gifts are, but I'm just going to be in the flow of energy without expectation. I'm going to tune into my wisdom. I'm going to channel my divine self. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to have stillness in my life. I'm going to have time where I'm not looking at a screen. I'm not putting any input from out here into my brain. And I'm just going to let what arises arise for me. What a concept, right? That's what we're being called to do, because that is the new energy. That's how we construct the world anew, is by opening up to new perspectives, new gifts, gifts that haven't even been thought up yet. We will be doing as humans. But if we keep defining our gifts based on gifts that we know about from previous, days, months, weeks, years, decades, eons, if that's the pool of gifts, we'll never ascend to a place where we are co-creating in the now moment. So this is unknown territory. That's why everything is scary and exciting and all of this. We can't rely on gifts anymore. Let you emerge, and only label it a gift in hindsight, because it's how you are living and embodying the light of who you are. That was really kind of a crazy answer. I hope it's helpful. How can people remove resistance to receiving more abundance? By healing fear. Fear is resistance. I'm going to say that all resistance is born of fear. So There you go. And what does that look like? There are any number of ways that you might address healing for yourself, but it all comes down to healing. Yeah. Healing fear. And what is abundance anyway? I think that's a question worth exploring. What is abundance, and what do you truly want more of? Yeah. I'm going to leave it there. What is being integrated for all of us at this time? Light. And what does that mean? Truth about who you are. Because the illusion of who people are, that has been the common control. Across cultures, across time, across civilizations that have come and gone. The illusion that people hold about who they are, that has been the vulnerability. And other humans have recognized that and weaponized that, exploited that. But we are at a time where messages like the ones that we are sharing helps a person who is ready uncover the what has obscured them from knowing themselves as light, as powerful, as not needing another figure or authority over them to tell them their worth, or to perhaps make them beg to be worthy. And that shall not stand. It shall not stand. So I think I'll leave it at that. I hope that that was helpful. How to set an intention to heal inner child issues and family trauma through Reiki healing. I have problem in setting an intention. You don't say if you are a Reiki practitioner. So let me say that. Okay. So maybe we answer this in two ways. For those of you who are Reiki practitioners, you might place hands on yourself, activate the flow of the energy. And then you might say something such as, I now invite this Reiki energy to flood through every aspect of who I am. And I invite this energy to address issues of my inner child and family trauma, so that I may know myself as whole and healed and complete. And then, and here's the thing, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to say, but I really want everyone to understand this. You do not need to direct the energy. And perhaps I need to quantify this because perhaps not all Reiki is the same. We know there's much variation that is being taught in the Reiki world. We can also admit that there's much judgment in the Reiki world between styles and lineages and etc. Again, born of the old energy. It is quite unfortunate. But what we will tell you is the energy that we work with, the energy that the one who sits before you works with, needs no direction, knows what is in your heart, and knows what you need to help you in the highest of ways. Why ask for a pea when you can have the bushel? Why ask for one bite when you can feast? If you only knew it was available to you. So if you watch the videos on the channel, they have intentions, and that is to invite your intention to meet with her intention, and there is power in that. We will only speak about the healing sessions that we do in communion with her, because we cannot, under one umbrella of the word Reiki, we cannot speak for all people who claim that they offer this energy. It is unfortunate. But when you come to us for healing, we hear you, we know you, we see you, and we love you. We adore you. And if a certain issue is on your mind, we meet you there, yes. But we offer you so much more, because beyond the thinking mind, there are truths to what serves you in higher ways that you are not aware of. So as you will allow us to help you in higher ways, we shall do this. It is also worth saying that for an issue you mention, for example, family trauma or inner child issues, there are many ways to address that, and what we have mentioned is only one. And so healing is possible on many paths. So we do wish to acknowledge this. We do want to tell you, however, that there are other related energies that perhaps influence what you have called these issues. There is nothing in isolation, you see. So when you ask for healing for one issue, there are no edges to that. Everything about you is intertwined and multidimensional. And it is perfectly fine for you to turn it over to us and let us find what serves you in the highest of ways. And in that, we shall meet you each and every time. I hope that's helpful. Do the Emissaries of Light have anything to share about the first wave and the flash of light that is coming very soon? I don't know what you're referring to. The first wave of what? Who has said that? How have they defined that? We do not consult with other channels, other sources of information. So we are not sure what you are referring to when you use these terms. We are sorry, but cannot answer you because of this. We will say this. There is much happening in the ethers. There is much happening in the cosmos, and much is in fluctuation, integration, and couple that with the millions of you on the planet and being on different steps along your path. So to quantify things in your language, saying that this will cause that, diminishes, in our perspective, the sovereign nature and individual and unique nature that each of you possess. And so perhaps we invite you instead to simply know you are undergoing change, you have opportunity for change, and there are things that are occurring in your energy field, in your cosmos, around your planet, and within your planet that have no names because no one has labeled them. It does not mean they are not happening. And those that have been labeled and defined in certain ways. And those labels are arbitrary. So perhaps be open to what is in your highest good and find community so that you can engage with and talk with other people traveling through it with you. The richness is in the experience, you see, not being foretold of this or that shall happen, and then reflecting yourself upon what has been prescribed and then dissecting that. You see, it is all a bit distracting. And we invite you instead to feel within your body and to navigate your world to the best of your ability as a sovereign being of light in form. We hope that that is helpful. There was one other question on the screen, and we will take that before we are concluding the event. How does Reiki work beyond time and distance? You've talked in the past about asking for others' permission. Can I work Reiki on someone long distance without their permission? For its permission, if it's for the highest good, for example, a child or ailing parent. They will always have their sovereignty intact. You can intend to send whatever it is you wish, but at the same time, please invite them to say yes or no. It does not have to be a conscious decision on their part because they are sovereign. There is a larger part of themselves that can accept or deny whatever it is that you are intending. And so allow them that. Perhaps make that part of your practice as when you send the energy, when you are offering the energy, actually have that intention that it is freely offered with no attachment to outcome on your part. And shall they accept it? I celebrate. And shall they reject it? I celebrate for having this opportunity to help another in this manner. As far as time and distance go, your consciousness is not housed in the physical body that you see in the mirror. Your consciousness is much greater than this. And so it is true that the consciousness of others is as well. We have a unified field. And if you sit on one end of a room and another person is on the other end of the room, you look across the room and you think there is space between the two of you, and there is not. There is no space from an energetic perspective. There is no emptiness. Everything is connected. Beautiful. All right, everyone, we are at time. I do offer one-on-one mentoring sessions. I don't have a whole lot of them because I'm a pretty busy person creating many things that I feel very in resonance with. But if you are so guided, you might look for that. mentoring sessions on the website. Um, yes, they're absolutely brilliant. If you want more with the Emissaries of Light on a one-on-one, in a one-on-one gathering. Anyway, I will leave it at that. We will get the shorter version of this with music ready, and we'll put it on the channel tomorrow. Thank you all so much for being here. I will go through all the comments later today. May not interact with all of them, but if you have requested to be included in the energy healing of the grid, rest assured, absolutely 100%, you are there. I thank you so much, and I will see you in April. Gosh, this year is flying by on one hand, and it is so slow on the other hand. I don't know about you, but it's kind of up and down and all of that. So thank you so, so much for being here. And until next time, everyone, huge hugs. Take care.